Hello and welcome to another quick look. Me, GamerWolfSix, of another furry visual novel. This one, as I just turned myself off for a hot sec, Trainwreck. A game about, as I look up the synopsis, Dan leads a difficult life. But just when he thinks he's had enough, salvation appears in his inbox in the form of a mysterious invitation. It promises an all expenses paid vacation on a state of the art luxury train, featuring some of the most colorful partygoers the world over. Who could refuse that? What is Dan to do, however, when this party goes completely off the rails and turns into a deadly killing game? Like Squid Games, but on a train, and with furries. Worst yet, a killing game that charges Dan with the impossible choice of which passengers are executed. Trainwreck is a nonlinear visual novel where your choices have significant impact on the story. Navigate it wisely, as all their lives are in your hands. So also, before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the newest version earlier, you can go to their Patreon, where it's $5 1 month. Also, if you want me to do a Let's Play series of this game, then tell me, and I'll give it a point which will put up higher on the user's choice list. And also, if you want me to do a quick look of any other game, then tell me, and I'll go do that, and give it a point too. So, reset face. And go in this state-of-the-art train that looks... I mean, it looks different, but it looks like it's also running on coal. 5 minutes ago. Ooh. Also, I'm gonna put that text speed all the way slow so I have time to read. I pull my sleeve back over my watch and reset to a comfortable slouch. Are my legs still shaking? I place my hands on my knees and feel the rumbling shake my core. My ass is definitely soaked right now. I generally thought morning dew was a government conspiracy before today. Just like chemtrails or something, and fluoride in the water. Just like the person in charge of health and human services. Don't think I've ever been awake this early. Imagine my surprise when I sat my fat ass down and was immediately soaked. Not that I was going to do anything about it. 4 minutes to go. Belly. The sky looks kind of weird at this hour, too. The palette's a lot more washed out. Gentle, maybe? I don't hate it, but it's got nothing on Twilight. My favorite book. Actually, now that I think about it, top 5 skies? I'm not leaving the clock app to check. I'm sure there were hundreds of results for that made before I was even born. 3 minutes to go. I hadn't really considered what would be appropriate to wear to this sort of thing. Early spring is always colder than I expected it to be. Wait, hold on just a fucking second. Is that a... My eyes go wide as I spot a big, dirty stain on my right thigh. Ooh. That's gotta be from yesterday. I told that fuckwit that I spat his pizza after he didn't tip me. And then he didn't tip me more. I'm just thinking of that one joke where it's like, okay, you insult the barista so that the big titty goth barista spits in your drink. If only. Never expected him to have balls to throw it in my face. Another successful delivery. 2 minutes to go. My former boss messaged me 2 hours ago. Still hasn't checked it. Haven't. I need some time away from work. Just this week. Of course, I got fired. Upper management gets a whole month paid off. But me? I couldn't even get a week. Yeah. Fuck upper management executives. Scum. I spit. 1 minute to go. Shit, I got some spit on my pants. I wipe it off with my hand. Between the dew, pizza, and spit, I think my first impression is gonna tank the party. Not my problem. I put my hands on my knees again, still shaking. Fuck me. Ooh ooh. Before I get a chance to pull out my watch again, I hear the horn in the distance. Here we go. I can see the head of this thing just on the horizon. It's... Wait a second. How big is... I cover my ears as it gets closer, and lets out another deafening siren. I squeeze my eyes shut as the wind around me whips at my exposed foe, threatening to yank all of the piercings out of my skin. I don't scream. It's not cool. No, wait, don't scream. It's not cool. The train clearly hasn't heard of my model before, screeching over its inhuman siren. Can't tell if I'm shaking or not, but it's become clear to me that it's time to open my eyes. Where are we supposed to be? Like, this is in the middle of nowhere. And I lived in the middle of nowhere. It's called West Texas. Though there's even more middle of nowhere places in America, ones that don't even have a radio station, which is like, wow. Well, the morning sky was cool while it lasted. Knowing that my legs are still shaking, I'm careful to stand as gently as I can. Don't stumble now, idiots. You made it this far. I only have a few seconds to stare in awe at the size of this thing before a door opens and I nearly fall on my ass again. There are lights inside, a stark contrast to the overwhelming, dark shadow this thing is casting over everything. Not going back now. I take my suitcase in one hand, clench the other into a fist, and approach the open door. I don't look back. One foot through the door. Another. Come on, quit shaking. Nothing's gonna happen. About that. Trainwreck. Fancy looking. Before I can catch my bearings, the buzz of activity just beyond this car zaps me as if I'd walked right into an electrocuted slab of metal. And I'm having a good time too. Stealing myself, I walk towards the sounds of the party. Inside the train is well lit, though the sleek, monotone walls certainly give off the impression of a cold, unfeeling machine. I pass by a few closets, storage units, supplies. Not my place to know. The sounds of the party are getting louder. Please, legs, please stop shaking. I've got to make this one count. I nearly jump out of my skin as I feel a hand clasp my shoulder. Ticket, please? It's a jackal man. Wood. The man who grabbed me burst out laughing, unable to keep a serious look on his face. Sorry, I didn't mean to spook you. You're Dan, right? The last arrival? I blink. I am, yes. The handsome canine smiles as he extends a hand to me. You should have known I was joking with you. Trains haven't used tickets in at least 100 years. I think they still do. Is this supposed to be like the super future? You have your L gear on, right? Train should have scanned your identity manually. I take his hand in my own, and I expect him to give me as firm of a handshake as he does. Name's Blake. Nice to meet you. Dan. I squeeze back, trying to match his intensity. How do you know my name? He lets go of me, returning his hand to his hip. You trust me, don't you? I don't know, you got sussy eyes now. I blink at him. Excuse me? That's even more sussy. I think it's a pretty straightforward question. I asked if he trusts me. I'm just gonna decline because it's like we just met. I frown, shaking my head. Oh, come on. I thought you'd be cool. How was I supposed to know my coolness was on the line? He chuckles. Well, now that you know there's something to lose, wanna change your mind? I just met you, Matt, dude. Well, as long as you don't mind losing all of your cool guy points. He does a hammy, evil laugh. Yeah, that face. You've been reset back to 0 cool. Oh no. He chuckles as I roll my eyes. Why don't you come with me to the party? I frown. Hold on a second. You never told me why you knew my name. He beckons to me, already walking away. Damn it. Having no real choice in the matter, I hurry to catch up to him. Is that... Okay. Hold the phone. I was gonna make a joke that guy was Flynn, but then I saw the guy standing next to him and it was like, that looked like, what's his name? I mean, I guess he could just be generic otter person, but still. Cliff? Yeah. Whoa. I thought this thing was huge from the outside. A quick head count reveals at least 20 people in a massive chamber. People are talking, eating. Wait, is that a bar? Yay, my alcoholism. It's a lot, right? And this is just a single car. Imagine how big the entire thing must be. I don't think I can wrap my head around that right now. I've had my hands buried in my pocket since I arrived. From there, it'd been pretty easy to just feel how intensely my legs have been shaking. Glad you came yet? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm just glad someone is here with me. Sure as hell, not saying that part out loud. I'm glad you're here too. Oh god, did I say that out loud? Oh, hey, you're sweating. Is everything okay? Just a little warm. Oh, yeah. Now that you mention it, I think you're the most stressed person here. Why don't you strip? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. I think this is all moving too fast. Off your jacket? You'd probably be more comfortable that way. My eyes go wide. No. I clutch my jacket as he raises a bemused brow. What? I look side to side before sighing and laying my guard down. This is, it's cashmere sweater. I snap my fingers. My lucky jacket. I never leave home without it. My body temperature's fine, anyways. That was just a hot flash. His brow couldn't possibly raise any higher, but his smile certainly could. Aren't you a little young to be going through menopause? The embarrassment returns all at once. Hey, I don't get periods. Anymore, correct. That's what menopause is. I can feel the heat about to erupt out of my face. Ooh, ooh. Before I get a chance to blow up out of embarrassment, he bursts into laughter and clasps my shoulder. Just a joke. Just a joke. I breathe, trying to stabilize my internal temperature. If he were any less charming, I'd have kicked him in the balls and left by now. No need to get your panties in a twist, darling. Oh, I'm gonna kill this man. Anita, darling. Feeling better now? I nod my head, gulping down some more water. This shit is refreshing. God damn. No more hot flashes? I'm so over this joke, but I nod regardless. Good. I nearly choke as he abruptly reaches his hand towards me and places the back of it on my forehead. I was worried you might be feverish. You were already red, or really red. Sure was, buddy. And considering there's so many people here, well, I cease my relentless gulping to look him in the eye directly. For all I know, you could have been patient zero for some kind of world-ending virus. I squint at him. Excuse me? Hey, keep it down over there. This is the quiet car, for crying out loud. A loud voice erupts from the seat directly behind me. I'll talk as loud as I want to, buddy. I'm speaking under my breath, of course. I think Blake heard me, though, because he giggles like an auction-starved schoolgirl. I don't know about you, but I think about this kind of stuff a lot. He brought his voice down to whisper, so I do my best to match. What do you mean? The world-ending virus. What you could do if you found out you had been infected with it suddenly this morning. I stroke my chin fuzz, eyes wandering. Did you put something in my drink? That's not even irrelevant to the question. For the sake of argument, just pretend that was the case. Remember all those people out in the dining car? Think about it. How would you feel if you were responsible for all those deaths? I shoot a dirty look at him before finishing off the remainder of my water. That's a stupid example. I clearly do not have any sort of virus, which is why I'm here now. If I was carrying something, I'd quarantine until either it passed or killed me. Oh, so not like Americans. What about the teeny tiny chance you picked it up since you boarded the train, though? Seriously? What the fuck did you put in my drink? Hey, it's just a hypothetical. In fact, how about this? Let's say you had something more realistic, like the flu. You're quarantining at home, but you notice you're running out of chicken soup. You could go to the store and buy some more yourself. Or you could call your mother and ask her to bring you some. I won't point out how little of this scenario actually applies to me, but I'll play along for now. I see what you're getting at here. I can either risk infecting my mother, aka one person I care about, or I can risk infecting every other person I interact with at the store, aka multiple strangers. He nods. Bingo. Which route would you be willing to take? I fold my arms. I think you're missing a pretty critical choice here. What if I did neither? I could just starve to death alone. He frowns. Sometimes that just isn't an option, Dan. There you go. Using my name again. Well, it's your name, isn't it? Would you prefer a nickname? No. I want you to tell me why the fuck you know my name. Oh my god, shut up! I flinch as I hear the guy sitting behind us stand up, but my fear is short-lived, as I hear him fall back down almost immediately. This is followed by the sounds of a woman, no, a demon, speaking in language I don't understand. My ears perk up as I try to hear the male's voice response, also in a language I can't understand. I flinch as I hear a visceral bonk. Apologies for his behavior. My brother is a little cranky. No need to apologize. So there's demons in this world? Yeah. My partner here refuses to respect the rules of a quiet car himself. Hey, partner? The demon shouts in the language again before I hear a crunching sound that makes my eyes go wide. Don't worry about him. He's just bitter about being single. You guys enjoy the party. I'm a little concerned. Blake's chuckles cut through my bewilderment. Would you believe if I told you those two weren't even the strangest people at this party? I nod. Yeah, I know what you are. Really now? There is that chuckle again. What am I? Gay. You're a real piece of shit. Wow. I am so offended right now. You better be. I sigh. Why am I even putting up with you? I could be spending my time getting plastered, with everyone else right now. Okay, but would you? course not. I like you. As soon as my brain processes what I just said, my hands shoot over my mouth. Fuck. He cocks a brow. Aw, damn. I like you too. I can't tell if he's joking or not, and that fucking bothers me. I groan. I can't deal with this. You keep changing the subject every time I ask you one thing I want to know. Pretty weird, don't you think? He chuckles again. I think I'm getting too used to that sound. Hold on. Wait. Damn, no convenient distraction this time, huh? I don't think I could frown any harder than I am right now, but I'm definitely giving it my all. I suppose I'll have to spill it all for you. I tilt my head. This would be a pretty big secret if you plan to keep stringing me along, even longer than this, or after this. He places his wrist on the table. Check this out. It's called a watch. He presses a button on the watch, motioning me to come closer. I look at his screen, seeing my full name displayed, but in such tiny letters it's barely legible. My brain has a hard time processing what he means by this, so I just blurt out the first thing that comes to mind. You hacked into my account? He chuckles. Nah, I thought it'd be way easier than what I did do. I'm sure he picks up on just how unamused my expression has become, but he continues on regardless. I got here before the party started, so I decided to do a bit of snooping around. There were only a few people here at the time, but none of them had a special account. What do you mean? He smiles at me, revealing a few teeth. Did you read the party invitation? I try to remember it. Everything here is automated, right? He snaps his fingers. Bingo. The cafe was completely unmanned. I didn't see a single attendant. I didn't even think the host was here. He chuckles again. Until, as I said, I did something a bit sneaky. He takes a look around us before whispering something inaudible into his wrist and flashing the screen of his L gear at me. I watch as the UI changes color and the usual applications are replaced by ones I don't recognize. Mine's jailbroken. I got all kinds of cool software on here. I whisper through my teeth. Holy shit, that's cool. His grin widens before putting a finger to his lips. No snitching, okay? I nod. I mean it. I'll stop talking to you if you snitch. I lose a fake chuckle, trying to change the topic back off me. So, how exactly did you get my name? His brow sharpens a bit. Well, I checked the accounts of everyone that was here at the time, but after I counted everyone in the room, something wasn't adding up. There was another person on board. What about... Nope, nobody in the bathroom either. I checked. I pout. I wasn't gonna say that, just so you know. The obvious answer is that the person you couldn't find was whoever was driving the train. You think there isn't at least someone on board to make sure we don't run anyone over. Oh no, he looks smug. Someone didn't read the invitation. This is an automatic train. Everything here is controlled by AI, though I wouldn't rule out that we've possibly been lied to. As far as I can tell, aside from the one account, everyone here is an invited guest. I put a finger to my chin. So, that account, you hacked it? Yep, it was easy enough for me. I'm built different. Is what I want to say, but it was truly easy to access. I think anyone with a cursory knowledge could have hacked it in. You mean to say, he chuckles, it's like a game. The invitation had been a smorgasbord of info on it. Boring info, but boring can be useful. I had been keeping an eye on the guest list, and your name was the only one labeled absent. I shrug. game, huh? Never been good at puzzles, or any good at puzzles. Makes sense, I guess. He nods. Yeah, this party is gonna be some kind of, ploy. I wouldn't be surprised if we're all being recorded for some kind of game show. And I'm winning. He chuckles to himself. Want to form an alliance? Will you split your winnings with me if I say yes? He squeezed my shoulder. Would you go on a date with me if I asked? I mean, he is cute. Would you drop dead if I asked? Oh, darling, it'd be so easy. He laughs again, while I stew away in embarrassment. I would like to be like, do I have to put out if I say yes or something like that? Or, I don't know. Now, if I answered your question, care to answer mine? What do you mean, what? You mean the stupid disease question? I'm quite interested in your answer as well. Blake's eyes widen as a deep voice behind us pipes in. A horse? A horse, of course. Horse course, of course? Hope you boys forgive me, but I heard what you were talking about a bit ago, and I've been pondering the riddle like that myself for quite some time. The brassy voiced man, I wonder what that would mean, sitting in the booth behind us, stands as he speaks, walking in view. He was clearly an older man, gray roots sprouting into his dusty blonde mane. I'm sorry, can I help you? The defiance in my voice is plain, but the older gentleman shrugs it off with a chuckle. Perhaps you can, young man. Ah, but where are my manners? My name is Carter, and I think myself something of a philosopher. Who might you two be? Blake remained silent, but I gladly speak on his behalf in this instance. I had a pet rock named Carter. Isn't it funny how weird that is? That just kind of comes out of nowhere. He stares at me, his crow feet wrinkling as he smiles. Shit, he's not catching any hints. You know, for someone who offers you their name, you usually respond with your own. But if you are feeling shy, that's quite alright. Sorry, Kata. I don't like to wear my name tag when I'm off the clock. He chuckles. Ah, you're a service worker. I wouldn't have guessed by your disposition, young man. I don't like this guy. But still, your work is essential, so I thank you for doing it. I really don't like this guy. I couldn't help but overhear what you two were discussing earlier. It piqued my interest. Being put into a difficult position and needing to make a choice that could affect so many lives. The trolley problem. His voice is quiet and timid. As much as I want to shoot Blake a dirty look for actually trying to involve this guy, I can't tear my eyes away from the old man's face. His smile is disgusting. Disgusting! Precisely. Well done, my boy. It's been on my mind since I boarded. It's a curse, living with this brain of mine. Ha 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 ha. I'm sure that, at your age, you won't worry about it much longer. Fuck, did I just say that out loud? Oops. To my surprise, he seems to take no offense. My days are numbered, it's true. There's no denying that. I hope I can count on you young people to make the world a better place. He turns to Blake. Are you interested in philosophy too, young man? The canine remained silent. I think I almost threw up in my mouth. The trolley problem is a great starting point. He turns back to me. Are you familiar? I don't think he's going to go away at this point. May as well take the bait. I haven't spent my entire life under a rock. It's a famous ethical dilemma. Ah, perhaps I misjudged you. Care to give me an example, then? This motherfucker. I sigh. Okay, so I'm in a train park for some reason. I hear a train coming. Choo-choo. I see some people tied up on the tracks just ahead of me. Oh no. Thankfully, there's a lever near me that I can use to divert the train to another set of tracks. But wait a minute, there's a person tied up on the other tracks too. Do I let the train run its course, killing 5 people? Or do I pull the lever instead, letting the train kill just 1 person? Not if it's the jackal guy on the other side. I sigh again. It exists in many forms. But your scenario works. What is your opinion? Which is the ethical decision? You were listening in on us before, weren't you? You know what I'd choose. I wouldn't get involved in the first place. Ah, I see. Sorry to be the one to tell you this, but you aren't always given that choice. His tone shifts, becoming darker almost immediately. Child. He turns back to Blake, who kept his head down the entire conversation. You did get an honest answer out of your little friend here, didn't you? Was that a satisfactory response? Blake is silent. Well, I suppose I'll move along then. You boys think about your choices. They may become important soon. With that, he taps his cane on the floor and heads towards the front of the train. I'm wondering if he's the guy that, designed the murder train. To be young again. As soon as I'm sure he's gone, I turn back to Blake. God, I cannot fucking stand the elderly. The hell do you think is that guy's problem, huh? I mean, who just... Dan. Eh? I think I figured something out. What? You mean that game you're talking about? Yeah. I'm gonna go follow that guy and see if I can get some information out of him. I folded my arms. Are you out of your mind? That guy is clearly a serial killer. I mean, psychology? Are you serious? If this is a game, that guy is obviously the villain. Besides, aren't we supposed to be enjoying the party or whatever? He crawls out of a seat, standing in the aisle, where the horse formerly stood. You don't have to like it. I'll be going by myself. Hold on. What? I can't go with you? No, you can't. But just trust me, okay? I can't seem to get the words out. This isn't going to be a permanent thing, okay? You saw the schedule, right? Sure I did. About 2 hours from now, the opening announcements are going to come on to usher in the party. I'll meet back up with you then, alright? I grumble a bit. Hey, Dan? He smiles. Do you believe in love at first sight? Tsk. I'll see you in a little bit. Also, I took a picture in my mind. I don't respond, my heart feeling heavier by the second. He's definitely gone now. I sit alone for a while, listening to the train chug along. One thought persists. What the hell was I thinking? He couldn't have known, but... Get a hold of yourself, asshole. You're a grown-ass adult. Just go talk to someone else. And fill the ever-expanding void he left you with. Melodrama is for the losers. You're better than that. There's still plenty to do, and to start. My stupid, bleeding heart isn't the only heavy thing I'm stuck lugging around. I place a hand on my small, beat-up suitcase. Pretty much everything I own is in here, or there. I'm getting pretty sick of lugging this thing around, now that I'm thinking about it. I wonder if I can find space to keep it. I've only been on the train before, so I should just be able to put this thing wherever there's space. I don't think I'm gonna get my stuff stolen. I stare at the storage area above where I'd sat with Blake. Why do I have a bad feeling about this all of a sudden? No, don't be dumb, dummy. Seeing myself, I press my L gear to the cubby and watch as it opens. There's a body in there. Oh, okay, there is a body in there. Is that a corpse? My heartbeat was ringing in my ears, steadily increasing in tempo. The feeling in my stomach could only best be described as a punch that went all the way through. It took every ounce of self-control not to scream. If there was a dead person on board, then... My thoughts were interrupted by a low rumbling in the corpse's throat. Oh God, I've heard of this before. As the body decomposes, it can't... Oh, he's just a very sleepy boy. Yawn? Salutations and good morning, blue sky. Have you heard the good word? Splendid! Was it you who tore me from my slumber? I stare at it, its arm still dangling limply from the cubby as gravity pulls it downwards. It's okay to lie, you know. Just don't stare. Alas, my lust for information remains unquenched. Whoa, whoa! Are you okay? I don't think I've seen them blink since they opened their eyes. Indubitably. Empathy is a beautiful thing. I watch in horror as more of his body slips out of the cubby, dangerously close to hitting the ground. You're, long. I mean, how rude of me. What good little creature of the light doesn't have a name? Well, aren't you good little creatures? Aren't all good little creatures, are we? Dubious. But I get ahead of myself. Labels are important. My given name is Jude. Will you call me that, too, I wonder? Hi, Jude? Their eyes close as their smile grows before my very eyes. My friend, I have made a new friend today. I watch in horror as their ankles come into view. Watch out, you're about to fall. I may be losing my mind, but I think I see a single tear form in their eye before gravity takes its toll. I cover my mouth with my hands as I hit the ground head first, their neck bending out what could be a 90-degree angle under the weight of their body. If they weren't a corpse before, surely. No, I can hear them quietly mumbling as their body rises and falls with every sob. My very own friend. I don't know if I should be relieved or terrified. Are you, glorious, joyous? Have you heard the good word? Join my religion. Then, without another word, their mangled body uncoils and they stand upright in a single motion. Oh, Allay, oh beautiful companion. Does your empathy know no bounds? Don't answer that. Your heart's told me everything it needs to know. His voice is beautiful. Thanks. I'm honestly not sure how to respond to that. They approach me, each of their steps wobbly and awkward, and yet, what are you? Their finger touches my lips as they stare at me with half-lidded eyes. Don't cry. Time is cruel, cruel thing. Sometimes I wonder, do you? I wonder nothing never. Do I... what? They pat my shoulder, reassuring me with another wide smile. They do not, however, elaborate. I can smell it on you. You have questions for me, indubitably. But the real question is, can you feel the dust settling on your skin? Every little speck of dust fell from heaven to coat us in God's love. Questions? What are you? How'd you end up in the cubby? What is wrong with you? How'd you end up in the cubby? So, how did you end up? I point upwards. You know, up there. Jude blinks very slowly, not focusing on anything in particular. After a very lengthy pause, their mouth opens. Hark, it's a tale as old as time. Which, as I exclaimed earlier, is a cruel, cruel thing. Fear not! I'm not afraid. That's a fucking lie. Blissful. Tell me, friend, are you familiar with the greatest war? I guess? Jude doesn't respond, a vacant look occupying their face. Oh, why can't it all be this easy? 'Twas my first time feeling the light of God. Jude? A somber timbre was replaced by a generally airy voice. My defenses weren't elaborate, as none could ever be. Stained crimson, and yet I feel basking in his divine presence. Nay, 'twas my spirit who ascended that glorious beam, to be held in his arms, to be loved. Alas, cruel fate had another plan for God's bravest warrior. Sleep, my friend. Alas, I never seem to get enough sleep. Do you know a good concoction? Woe to me, my alchemist is on holiday. Woe. Their arms flail about as if nothing had happened. So you fell asleep in there? I point to the cubby. Jude nods, a little too hard for comfort. Out like a lighthouse. Say you, how many sailors will meet their end because of it? They pause. Instead of answering their own question, they shrug. The lighthouse keeper, the alchemist. How is the society as we know it survive? Perchance. I fold my arms and nod my head. Right. What are you? What, verification. How quaint. Is that an erection? Keep going. Don't stop now. They flail their arms around, tapping their feet to the rhythm no one else can hear. No need to be humble. No need at all. Can't you see my face? I sure can. They cover their mouth, eyes going wide. I've got all my teeth, all 35 of them. Please, do not pull them out yet. What? Why would I do that? They pull their hands away, revealing a lazy smile. You've got hands of a surgeon. Did a splendid job washing the blood off, but you can't hide it from me. Blood? I look down my hands, but they don't seem to have changed. The only teeth I've pulled have been my own, and you've plucked them with aplomb. I have no idea what that is. Pat yourself on the back for that one, dear friend. Most people need more time in the field. Verily. Verily. If I'm a surgeon, you must be a ferret. I knew it. They rub their cheeks. I knew I could count on you, my friend, unanimously. That explains a long torso. I've never seen a ferret in person before. Then, where'd you get those teeth? They point at my coat, pocket, unanimously bulging out. Excuse me? Why would my pocket be filled with ferret teeth? I reached in, just to be sure it hadn't suddenly been filled with ferret teeth. Thank God. Wait a minute. You aren't really a surgeon, are you? Shoot, what gave that away? Any barber surgeon worth his salt would know that ferrets actually have 34 teeth, undeniably. Dang, you got me. Jude's dopey smile never leaves their face as they twirl in place. I'm only wrong when I'm wrong, which is, well, as the saying goes. The saying? Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy? Not likely. Ah. What's wrong with you? So, you're religious? It's basically the same question, trust me. Pretty uncommon in this day and age. Have faith, my Stuart friend. Someday we'll come to understand life's most difficult questions. One been troubling me as of late, though. Such as? No response, just a vacant stare. Against my better judgment, I decided to inquire further. Jude, you had a question. No, friend, don't be a stranger. To answer your question, though, it was a piece of cake. It was? No, not to say that it was a piece of cake. I'd been considered what it meant outlandishly. Irregardless. What kind of cake was it, he asked? Or what kind of cake was it, you ask? Why, the same question had been buzzing around my head like a wasp for eons. Gingerbread? Oat? Ah, perhaps the divine blessing of Bryden, no doubt. How do you take your cake, O kind companion? Perhaps I'd throw a party for you to someday. For you too someday. I don't think I had any cake. No, I don't think I had any cake in quite some time. It wasn't a lie. I used to raid the dumpster behind the bakery at the end of the day and find all sorts of good stuff. It was a great source of food when I was sick of leftover pizza. Well, great for what it was. I returned my attention to Jude, whose typical smile remained unchanged. Surely, you must have a favorite. Well, I've always wanted to try tiramisu. It's probably better than stale pound cake. Maybe with a tall glass of wine? Jude's sticky eyes don't waver as the ferret smiles. Whenever you feel the weight of the world bearing down on your back, have no fear. Simply have faith. Unmistakably. Yeah, this guy's religious. But that's probably the least of their problems. Questions? No further questions. I suppose that's all I wanted to ask you. Truly? Honestly? Do you swear to God? Yeah. Frankly, I have a billion questions, but I don't think I get very far trying to ask them directly. And just what will you do with this newfound knowledge? Reunite with your long-lost love? Seek your personal fortune? The little hands tremble. To be with God and hold his hand? Truly. No, I think I'm just going to talk to someone else. Safe travels, friend. Until we meet again. Yeah, see you later. Certainly. Fuck, now I'm doing it. I can hear a grumble from the seat just ahead. I wonder if they heard me talking to Jude just now. I've got to figure out what that guy's problem is. Some part of me knows I'll possibly regret it, but curiosity is killing me. I mull over an introduction as I walked back to the seating of the quieter car. Hey, I'm Dan. That guy you think is really annoying, and I came over to tell you that you pissed off the wrong guy. Perhaps to get your ass insulted. Prepare to get your ass insulted. Maybe even totally owned. Yeah, that could work. Maybe I can drop the disgusting diss track. I'm a lyrical miracle, spiritual individual. No wait, that's definitely been done before. Still, I'll have to remember that if I ever put together a mixtape. As I get close to the booth he was sitting in, I try to hype myself up. Ha! You think I'm loud? Well, you'll be really loud when you start crying. Yeah, I'm gonna mix that gap real good. I'm gonna bounce in my step and walk with an exaggerated swagger. This is gonna be my moment. I'm gonna own this guy. He's gonna get uber pwned. And there's sharks? And sharks with tits? Ooh, Bonersville. Hey, I want to apologize for the noise earlier. I think I'm gonna put my rap career on hold for now. I thought I told you to. Apology accepted. I stare on as the she-demon reaches out a gloved hand. Sorry if we got off on the wrong foot. My name is Omiko. But please, call me Omi. I stare at the hand in confusion for another moment before realizing that I'm what I'm supposed to do and fall into a trap without a second thought. Oh my god, I think my fingers are broken. And you are? Dan. My voice comes out of the squeak as she releases me from her vice grip. Pleasure to meet you. Why don't you take a seat? I'm kind of wondering, like, do we go further? Because, like, this could be a bit longer and stuff, and I guess we could just cut off mid-thing. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Can I get 20 fucking minutes of quiet? And this individual's my brother. I usually refer to him as Foog Uai. The male shark glares at his sister before burying his face in his book. So, you guys are, sharks? It's okay, we get that question a lot. Well, the answer is yes, we are indeed sharks. Thanks for clarifying, I had no idea. No problem, what about you? I'm not a shark. Oh, I know, honey. If you are a shark, you'd probably hit on me by now. Of course, I would have. I mean, don't need to be a shark to, stare at her titties. She stares at me. You're, big. I'm not getting out of this one. We have to try it. Boobies. Your boobs are huge, like totally massive. Thanks. Want a better look at them? She grabs her shirt with both hands and begins to pull it farther open. Somehow? But I shake my head. No, thanks. I think they look great as is. She laughs at that one. You're way more strapping young man than that dusty old MILF like me. Right? Or is it because I'm Japanese? My eyes go wide. What? She cuts me off by erupting in laughter. Ha! Don't worry about it. I'm just busting your balls. I don't think there's a word that would describe the concerned pain on my face. Nah, I could tell immediately by the way you're talking to that guy earlier. Is he your boyfriend? I feel my face get hotter as I remember what she's referring to. No, it's not like that. I just met him today. You know how many songs there are about love at first sight? I think it's romantic. She chuckles coolly as I burn away, but there's a sort of sadness to her laugh. To be young, dumb, and in love again. God, I miss being in my 20s. How old is she supposed to be? If she's saying she's old, she might be in her 30s, I guess. By today's standards? Anyways, I don't. You were even more insufferable back then. Oh, you think you're doing better? You're 28, and you've never even been on a date. Dan, help me prove a point. How old are you? 25. And how many dates have you been on? I begin to tally up the numbers in my head. Do dates with the same person count? She shrugs. Sure. Then say about 8. She turns back to her brother. See? He's 3 years younger than you, and he's been on 8 dates. The 8 times the amount of dates. Wait, hold on a second. She turns back to me. Are you on a date with the guy earlier? I feel a volcano erupt directly behind my face again. No! Her eyes widen as a disturbing smile creeps into her face. That works for me. Hey, Dan. I blink. Yes? Do a girl a favor and go on a date with my brother. Time slows to a crawl as the words exit her mouth. I watch in slow motion as the book the male shark had buried its face into is lowered, revealing eyes filled with more hatred than I could ever hope to handle. My eyes shift back to Omi. She's got a smug grin on her face. There's no way this woman's actually a demon. They're both punching bullet holes into me, with their stares. I need to make a choice. I think we'll leave that there. Boop. Because it's like, I don't know, it's a choice thing. I don't know how long that would go. It would probably be no, because I want the Jackalman. But that's going to be the end of this quick look. So again, if you want to play this game, it's available free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version, like, is this supposed to be like the horny version? It says like to be implemented in a later build. I don't know. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, you can go to their Patreon, which is $5 a month. So let's see, you got Red Panda, Jackal. It looks like the Red Panda again, but then there's like a shark. Something about a timer. There's a bear with an eye patch and like a towny Shiba, I guess. A overweight turkey, a goat, and then there's that otter guy. The not otter, you know, the long guy with that's Jesus. And that's not the end of this Let's Play just yet. If you want me to do this game as a Let's Play, then tell me, and I'll give it a point which will put up higher on the user's choice list. But now, time to pick what the next one is gonna be. Which is, okay, we got 10 left, right, as of now. Survey says, number 1, and that is... Yeah, while that's loading, I should probably bring up its thingamajiggers. Conway. A game about the 19-something ones. Now let me just bring up all this stuff. Is that patron? Yeah, that is it. Conway contains adult themes, because it's Furry. Step into the year 1791 as a freshly enlisted sailor aboard a merchant ship. You've cast aside your former life to chase your dream of life on the open seas. With the abundance of free time aboard your new home, the choice of how to spend your days rests solely in your hands. Immerse yourself in the lives of your fellow crew members, delving into the motivations of joining this voyage alongside you, and discover the roles they'll play in your life as the journey continues. Conway is relaxed, semi-linear, and to our best efforts. Historically grounded slice of life story, but there's no epic tales, no destinies to fulfill, no swashbuckling adventures under the Jolly Roger. Instead, you'll find yourself forging friendships and intimate connections with a unique cast of characters as you sail to a port on the high seas. So settle in, get comfy, and make sure you get your vitamin C. So if you want to play this game, it's available for free on itch.io, but if you want to support the people that make this game, and or get the newest version earlier, it's like $6 a month, but then there's like, it says also that's cut and it's $3 a month for like a month, I don't know. But also it says access to cheat codes in the VM. I don't, like, is this one of those visual novels where, like, you have a certain amount of cash and stuff like that? I don't know. Are they doing any other visual novels? Not sure. Anyways, until next time, another quick look by me, GamerWolfSix, of another furry visual novel. That one being this one. So thanks and see ya.